Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Dark Blast, but first of all, let's take a second to admire my tea house emote, as well as my Nier Automata poster, and I don't know why the hot spring thing is sitting next to me, but you know, it sort of fits the picture. I've got an owl in the background as well. Hopefully you guys have been able to buy your emotes because they are really cheap right now. Highly recommend you guys to buy it. If you're the investing type, which happens to have millions of Meseta, this is also a good opportunity to buy a couple extra pole dances and wait a couple months down the line and resell it. That is also a valid strategy in order to make some Meseta, especially if you don't play this game a lot and or you're very patient. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, I upload PSO2 content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first step in setting up Dark Blast is pushing F7 on your keyboard. If you're on a controller, you want to bring up your sub palette menu and you actually need to put the Dark Blast in your actual palette. So let's say that I'm using my second sub palette over here. I need to click on whatever number that I want to put it on, and then I click on the second tab, and right here they will be Dark Blast. You'll unlock Dark Blast simply by playing episode 5, so just play through it until you unlock Dark Blast. You can't miss it because the game literally freezes up and tells you, hey, you've unlocked Dark Blast, and you're unable to do anything till you click next. So really, you can't miss it. And once you've unlocked Dark Blast, just put it somewhere on your sub palette in one of the keys that you want. For me, I put it on my number 6 key. So once you put your Dark Blast onto your sub palette, the next step is customizing your Dark Blast. So first of all, you press escape, come to the second option here, and you'll see Dark Blast right here. Click on that, and you'll notice that, hey, I've got Elder form, Luther form, Apprentice form, and I believe you get Gemini form if you continue to play the story of episode 5. I have not played the newest installment of episode 5 yet, so that is why I only have 3 forms and not 4. In order to unlock the Apprentice form, you'll have to do Bewitching Woods. So if we talk to our NPC over here, we go to main quest, we go to expeditions, scroll all the way down, and you'll see right here, Bewitched Woods. You need to do this at least once in order to unlock Apprentice form. And once you've unlocked Dark Blast, whenever you complete an urgent quest or an expedition or anything really that gives you experience, you will gain experience for that certain form. So you can see over here, I don't play Luther form at all. I haven't spent any points. However, I have spent quite a bit on the Elder form. You'll see that you've gained different amounts of experience. So on Elder form, I've got 9 million, Luther, I've got 15 million, and Apprentice, because I got this recently, I only have 3 million. And over here on the right side, you can see all the different stats. So Elder form is for melee classes, Luther form is for range classes, Apprentice form is like a hybrid, and I don't know what the Gemini form is yet because I have not unlocked it. But for today's example, we're going to be talking about Elder form. You're going to click on Elder form over here, and you've got several options. You've got learn skills, activate action settings, reset skills, and aura options, and change color. So we'll go from the bottom and work our way up. So first one is the aura option and change color. So over here you can do the original display where you just look like Elder and you'll just run around like this, or you can make it an aura. And if you make it an aura, you can make it transparent so you don't see it at all, or you can have it like a little after image, and your character will stand here and you'll just have this giant JoJo's looking aura above you. And this is what I personally do, mainly because it makes me feel badass, it makes me feel like JoJo's, and you run around and you punch things and they die, so it feels really cool. But obviously if you do want to run around like this super badass dragon as well, you can also do that instead, okay? And you've got main color over here, which you can adjust, and you've got a sub color, which you can also adjust, which allows you to customize your Dark Blast however you see fit. Next option is the reset skills. You can reset skills any given time. There is no penalty. All the EXP you spent to level up will be returned to you. All the unlocked requirements will not be reset, and it's just a great way to get full points. So look, I'm going to reset right now, and boom, you can see that I've got 13 million more EXP again that I can spend on whatever I want. However, before we talk about that, there is the activate skill action settings. This one is very important for the fashion people out there. This is because you get to select a pose before you turn into your Dark Blast. So over here, you'll notice that said, there are some that are grayed out because you're not allowed to use those poses. However, those highlighted means that you can use those as your transformation pose. So you can see here that I'm currently using Arc's Dance 2, the male variant, in order to do my Dark Blast. So when my Dark Blast is ready and I activate it, I do this little dance before I transform into Elder. And you can do a different dance for every single form, or you can do the same dance if you want to. But for example, over here for Luther, my dance is a little bit different. It is pose 18. I do an airplane pose, mainly because I'm Luther and I'm flying around, so it just kind of felt fitting that I did an airplane pose. But yeah, you can do whatever you want really. And now let's go to learn skills and allocate our skills. So once you come into this menu at the very beginning, a lot of things are going to be locked. You're going to see this little lock symbol and you're not going to be able to learn it. And in order to unlock these skills, what you want to look at is right here, skill unlock conditions. So you can see extend normal attack combo level 1. All I needed to do was defeat 30 enemies while in Elder form. Okay, so I've unlocked that, so let's learn it. Next one was extended normal attack combo 2. Use the 4th hit of a normal attack combo 10 times, I did that, and defeat 130 enemies. I've done that. Boom, I can learn it. Next up, we got physical dash, which allows me to dash at a very high speed for a limited time. All I needed to do to unlock this was use the Elder form of Dark Blast once. Very simple. So I can unlock that, and you can see that there are different levels, and I can go level 2, level 3, 4, 5, and it will lower the cooldown of the skill. So right here, boom, I've got the level 5, so every 8 seconds I can dash around really quick. Now over here, charged punishment shot. I do not have the skill unlocked simply because I have not hit 10 enemies with the punishment knuckle while in full charge status, because I rarely use that ability. However, I really should in order to unlock this. My next skill over here, ultimate impact, is something that I really should be working towards, but I've just been really lazy. And you can see here that it has 3 requirements. I need to use Dark Barrier once, I need to use Dark Rush 10 times, and I need to defeat 500 enemies while in Elder form. So I have not done that. You know, I've done Dark Rush 8 times and I've defeated 261 enemies, so I really should be working towards that. Now down here, there are certain abilities that I highly recommend you to unlock. Number 1 is Dark Barrier, where you just place a force field in front of you that taunts the enemies. The enemies are going to be grouped together, they're going to hit this force field. So you can invest some points in this. I personally don't really use Dark Barrier, however, I advise you to put at least 1 point in it, because you do need to use Dark Barrier at least once to unlock ultimate impact, as you can see over here. So I'm going to put 1 point in Dark Barrier. Then Bloody Heal is super easy. It's just an AoE heal. Think of like the AIS heal. It's super powerful. So I like to put 5 points in this because it lowers the cooldown to 10 seconds and heals 200%. It's really strong. Super good heal to have. Then down here, this entire list is just increasing your stats. So you've got HP up, which will increase your max HP. PP up increases your max PP. Total attack boosts your melee, range, and technique power. Total defense gives you melee, range, and technique defense. Advanced D attack grants bonus damage to normal attacks. You've got your Tyrant Strike, which is amazing. This skill looks really cool. You jump into the air and just smash down with your foot, and you just smash people's faces. It's really amazing. Enhanced Infinity Dash over here is by far my favorite move. If you guys remember Joestar from JoJo's, when he does his aura punch, it is literally that. It's so good. So highly recommend to max out Infinity Dash as soon as possible. You've got Punishment Knuckle, which is like a charged up super punch. Then you've got PP Preservation, which just uses less PP. Escalation Power, which is a short buff which allows you to deal more damage and reduce the damage taken. Then you've got Violent Sidestep, which allows you to sidestep and do more damage. So it's very nice. I highly recommend you guys to pick that up. And yeah, it's really that simple. Just put points in whatever you want, and eventually you will max out everything. You'll get all the skills that you want. So just test out whatever skill that you personally like and put your points in there. So for me, I personally love Infinity Dash, so I put the most points in that. And boom, you can see that I spent all my experience onto my Elder form, and you'll see my stats have increased drastically. I've got 4,462 melee power, which is pretty insane, 3,600 HP, so forth and so on, and you know, my stats are amazing. So now I can go whoop ass with Elder. Obviously, if I don't want to rock Elder and I'm more of a range player, you can also use Luther form, and it's the same thing over here. You'll see that everything is locked for me simply because I don't use the Luther form that much. So in order to unlock Wisdom Force, I will have to defeat 30 enemies while in Luther form. However, don't worry about it too much, because when you're in Luther form, you'll still have the basic abilities, so you can still deal a ton of damage. It's just that if you invest your EXP into these abilities, you're going to make the Luther form a lot more powerful. Now, if you still have any questions about the Dark Blast, I highly recommend you to do this training. So you just talk to any of the quest givers, you go to practice quest over here, and scroll to the very bottom, and right here there is Dark Blast training. I highly recommend you guys to do this because you might learn a thing or two. I actually learned that in Elder form, you're able to break the Buster Tower, you know, the weak spot in the Buster Tower during the attack phase. You can actually one-shot that if you just turn into the Elder form and do the fully charged up shift right click, and you can break that weak spot in one shot. And you actually learned that from this tutorial. So there might be a thing or two that you can learn from this tutorial, so I highly recommend you guys to spend the 5 minutes to do the Dark Blast training. And likewise, if you're trying to learn a new class and you're having a little bit of trouble, for example the Hero or maybe the Force, just do the training and see if you have any more questions after you've done the training, because I feel like the training over here explains a lot of things very, very clearly in a very easy to digest manner, because they pretty much force you to go through all the movements in order to teach you how to play the class. So yeah, if you guys are having any problems, make sure to hit up the practice quests. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome for the